Technology on the back end, whether we use 4G, 5G, fiber or copper, is not what people truly care about. What users really care about is the service they actually receive and whether it benefits them. Our main philosophy is to focus on consumer benefits, how much value the consumer gets. Inshallah, you will see that reflected in the budget. We're making changes with consumers at the center, introducing reforms that are currently affordable for us, and more major changes related to tax and other concerns will come in the following years. My point is about international competitiveness and foreign investment. I've said this before, if you think about foreign investment, Bangladesh's FDI to GDP ratio is only around 0.34%. If you compare that to a developing country like Vietnam, which lags behind us in some indexes, their FDI stands at around 4.63% of GDP. Many of you highlighted this issue, and I completely agree. Inshallah, the budget will reflect changes, and we will provide a roadmap to improve predictability, which is extremely important for the business community. Whether you're a local entrepreneur or an international investor, one of the biggest complaints is that policies change every 1 or 2 years. Sometimes the changes are better, sometimes worse, but businesses cannot plan properly in such an unpredictable environment. What we're trying to do now, at least in the telecom and IT sectors, is to make tax, customs and other policies predictable for 5 years. We will clearly communicate what changes will happen in the future as part of a roadmap. Now, regarding connectivity, spectrum, fiber and devices, affordability is extremely important. Again, back-end technology alone doesn't matter if users cannot afford the devices needed to access it. I sat with mobile manufacturers, mobile business associations, and shop owners to understand handset pricing in Bangladesh. Currently, the cheapest feature phone in the country costs around 999 taka. The bill of materials to manufacture such a phone is roughly between 887 and 924 taka, depending on minor changes. So when someone sells a 1,000 taka phone, the profit margin is only around 50 to 70 taka. As I shared earlier, smartphone penetration is the real issue. We talk about 4G, but if we do not focus on devices, then we miss the most important factor, the user's device. After several days of discussions, and with major contributions from the Bangladesh mobile manufacturing sector, we studied neighboring countries like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and China to understand how much progress is realistically possible and where support from mobile operators, Bangladesh Bank and commercial banks would be needed. I personally spoke with rickshaw pullers and villagers both inside and outside Dhaka. Many feature phone users said they could only afford phones worth 2,000, 3,000 or maybe 4,000 taka, while the cheapest smartphones in Bangladesh currently cost around 10,000 taka. A farmer, labourer or rickshaw puller who uses a 999 taka feature phone cannot suddenly buy a 10,000 taka smartphone overnight, even if we roll out nationwide 5G. It's simply not financially possible for many families. That is why we discussed with manufacturers what could realistically be done. After extensive discussions, we concluded that around 5,000 to 6,000 taka would be the cheapest possible smartphone in Bangladesh. Let me explain why. If we buy smartphone glass wholesale, just the glass alone costs around $18. The PCB board and chips together cost another $20, and chip prices have increased significantly in the international market. Battery, casing and other components add another $18 to $20. Altogether, the bill of materials for even a basic 4G Android smartphone comes to around $58 to $60. It is extremely difficult for any country in the world to produce such a phone below that cost. So, even if we deploy 4G or 5G networks everywhere, increasing smartphone penetration from 50% to 90% or 100% will require serious attention to device affordability. We believe 5,000 to 6,000 taka is the cheapest possible smartphone price achievable in Bangladesh, and we've already started working on this. The government is arranging whatever support manufacturers need. We're also working with mobile operators and Bangladesh Bank to introduce EMI facilities for smartphones. If a smartphone costs 6,000 taka and we can introduce installment plans, then people may be able to buy it with an initial payment of only 1,000 or 1,500 taka. An ordinary farmer, labourer or rickshaw puller could then pay off the remaining amount over 6 or 12 months. This is just one example showing that there is no simple solution. If we want to increase adoption from 50% to 100%, many interconnected issues must be solved together. Mobile manufacturers, mobile operators, Bangladesh Bank, commercial banks, the entire ecosystem must work together. We're trying to resolve these challenges collectively, inshallah.